difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up, put a smile on your face. This is another test. Get ready for your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. For your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. I know you've been hurting deep down inside. Let me encourage you. It's gonna be alright. Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing. Keep holding on. Get ready for your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. For your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. Oh, thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Remarkable here. That's right. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and the whole of things will be added unto you. Very interesting topic this morning. And you know, everything that we do, everything that I do, has something to do with branding, marketing, cash, all that. Yesterday we were talking about our children, getting them to see, you know, themselves again in a more of a kingdom building mode. And we were like, how you do it though? Because a lot of times we tell our children, just do this, do that. And it's really, to me, it's like we train our children not to compete, not to confront. And it's a disaster. I mean, I was talking again to the young man, what was his name? Shakim. And it was weird because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I'm communicating with him, and it's weird to see the subdued energy that he had, right? And most kids, to me, have that. They have this subdued energy. And once I begin to confront him, I was like, okay, this is how I confront him. I said, did you ever ask your father that? Now, my boy Keith, down in New Orleans, see, we get along tremendously. I mean, there's the energy that we possess from each other and that we give each other. And he's like that as well. And I'm like that. What, did you ask? I said, like, your father, basically his father. I said, have you ever asked your father, does he like you? Have you ever asked your father, does he love you? I said, why not? I mean, what you got to lose? You know, find out certain things you want. Like my stepson Jay, I asked him, do you like me? You know, do you love me? I said, well, I love you and I like you. I said, because if you don't, hopefully one day you will. I asked him why, you know? And it's weird to be able to express yourself in a way where people are not going to murder you as a child or as an adult. If you ask some key, what I like to call key, fact-finding questions. The topic of the day is about women. Women are our future. Now, it's all of us is our future, but there's something about the woman if they do it just right, the ones that we can communicate with, the ones in our circle, we're not trying. See, that's the beautiful thing. I'm not trying to fix the whole planet. I'm trying to help fix the ones that I can get to and the ones that want to be educated and enlightened on the things that I speak about. Okay? So let's get there for a second. I'm talking to a young man, and he says he's shy. And I ask, why? And he replies, I don't know. So I began to give him some different scenarios, and I says to him in that same breath, you'll never fix it in one day. But to see the energy rise, it said, wow. And then to reiterate on the subject we were talking about yesterday, he said, we were talking about his father, we were talking still calling about Shakem, we were talking, I said, has anybody expressed this to you before? He said, no. He said, then he began to realize it's weird that there's really, that he didn't feel like he had a release valve, and how there was nobody would have confronted him with this information before. And then he started to realize that there does need to be more done to let our children express themselves. We gotta put them in situations. Now that's where it comes to the woman, because I had Trudy on yesterday and Tanya, and it was such great dialogue, and they realized that there's more needs to be done, and that we do need to have more forum-like situations where children can really express themselves. And women are more, this is the power that I feel that is women is going to really change this. They'll put things together like that. They're more aggressive with saying, okay, let's put it together. My wife and Donna yesterday, now they're already working on an event for us to put together. And see them, to me, they really know that the needs are. And they need the needs of our children, things gonna change. But it's something about women that make that thing happen. Men don't give it their all when it comes to that. I still believe that we're in the state, America's in the state that is from both men and women. But I believe that because of the women, when it deals with our young boys, there's such a disconnect to me. Now they get along, but it's like they're not raised to be men, sort of, kind of, in that field. And that's just my opinion now. Don't come jumping on me. Because, and I believe we're dealing with women right now. We dealt with the boys who are still dealing with, but the girls, they are so needy as well. Man, listen, if a boy is not, this seems like they're not being raised by their father, right? Then the girls are not being raised by their father, as far as I'm concerned. Think about it. When the man's out the house, that's it. So, what does the girl see? It emulates. What is the girl emulating from the mother as well? Okay, you know, might be low cleavage, showing the cleavage and getting all sexy and dolled up for the night and blah blah blah. But I believe that it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. The woman, if we can play a major role in how we get back our children in America. I really believe that with everything I got. This is why I'm looking forward to getting on Blog Talk Radio, because it's going to be, I'm going to do both, but to be able to get those calls coming in, people got imaginations, and letting them run free. I'm going to open up the lines at 404-286-6700. That's 404-286-6700. And the topic is women are the future. To get our communities, excuse me, back on track. I believe women are going to get more involved. In the same breath, women got to get out of the way and let this thing evolve. And it's going to be, it's something strong. Excuse me. Hold on, please. Caller, you on the air?
Top of the morning, brother.
Hey, Big Timer, how are you?
Man, I'm doing excellent, brother. I'm doing excellent.
All right. I was hoping you chimed in this morning.
Oh man, you already know how I get with me and you get on that wavelength, brother. Things, the stars do the lining up, so I have an excellent scenario right there, so fitting to your topic this morning.
Thank you. Give us some scripture first.
Woo.
dig into that bag of scriptures for you. That book. Put one of them scriptures on us, because it's very important that you gave me that. See, you know what you're one of my mentors too. You're like a spiritual mentor for me. I don't think I ever really told you. I think I said it, but you are, because one thing you said to me, and it really sticks out in my brain now, and it's gonna really come out more. And you said, if it's scripture, then you start there, and then bring it. Did you teach me that?
Absolutely. But when you preface your argument or build it upon God's word, then see, you're able to remove yourself from the situation.
Yes.
Because as in conversations, that sometimes it comes down to a battle of energies, a battle of position. See, it's a power struggle that happens in a conversation.
Lord have mercy.
So what I do is to not make it be about me, so that the person can really get what they're supposed to get, which is to have communication with God. I remove myself and I say, this is what God says, man. Now, if you got an issue with it, you take it up with God. Take me out of it. See?
Yes.
That's why I like to make reference to scriptures to support, my position, or the position that I'm trying to basically express.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this whole thing with women are the future, and they need to. Not they need you. Once they begin to take a role of really making sure that those lines of communication to our children open up, because I from my memory, and my memory presents itself right now, is I believe with my mother, it just seemed like she suppressed anything. When I would say, Mama is this way, get back, Jack. And so that's why I was talking about shyness and all that. With our boys now, and can't express themselves, and we alluded to this before, is that this is why even when it comes to confrontation now, kids, they're killing each other. They can't take when somebody says, I think that you're this and that. What? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I'm there. But I believe that now to get the woman now to put our children in positions where they can express themselves. Is it different? Is there really a difference when a child comes to a father? Do you think most children can talk to their fathers a little bit more openly and there's not less emotion? Yes. I got a female in the room say yes. Go ahead, talk to me. Talk to me, Keith.
I tell you what, how about this here? A child can talk to either parent when that parent possesses the skill set of proper and effective communication.
Come on.
Because if the father is not a communicator, that child can't talk to that father about nothing.
Right.
And if that father or if that parent is not approachable, what conversation can you bring to a person who's unapproachable?
Very little.
Because some parents, like you just said, they have a very domineering, position with their children, and it's like they deny them the opportunity to experience. And see, the opportunity to experience the development of oral communication is necessary, man.
Very necessary. And I think it's bad right here in our nation today. It's even worse now, I believe.
So here's my thing. This is what I love to do, right? When I'm like I'm at the office right now. So when I'm sitting with a client, right, and I'm talking to that parent, and if that parent brings a child with them, and that child is in my presence, I'm going to engage that kid in conversation.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? I'm going to give that kid an opportunity to do something that I'm sure a lot of them don't get the opportunity to do, and that's to basically have an opportunity to have a platform to have a conversation with an adult who's asking them how they feel.
Yes.
If they speak to me, come on. It's like, cause see, kids a lot of times they be like caged birds around their parents, caged animals.
And you can tell too, huh?
Woo! Yeah, look. So here's the thing, right? So, and it happens most of the time. I start talking to the kid, right?
Yes.
And immediately, right, the mom cuts the kid off and finishes or answers the question that I've asked the kid.
I can't stand that.
I said, hold up, mama. I said, hold up. I said, it's the kid's turn to talk.
Wow.
I said, I'm going to deal with you with the taxes. I said, but I'm talking to the kid right now. I need to hear from your child what's on your mind.
Yes. Wait, I gotta chime in on that one. You are so right. That happened to me so much. My mother would never let me finish what I was, I said, as I got older, I was like, they're talking to me. They're not talking to you. I said, let me finish. My mother used to try to do so much for me that I had to tell, I said, Mom, let me do it. I can do it.
Right.
So I don't even think a lot of children don't even realize that's happening to them.
Absolutely.
And because it happens so much, they just assume that we kids they don't even, if you look at one of my skits, I said, we train our children not to compete.
Right.
Not to communicate.
Right.
And then what happens, it goes from one child to the next. When they get older and have children, they end up doing the same doggone thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like yesterday, right? I was meeting with a client, right? Mm-hmm. And she has a daughter, right? who's an excellent student, right? She's strong in math, she's strong in science, and she said she loved math, and look, and she said she loved history. And I couldn't believe that, because here was a 12-year-old kid that said that they loved history. And I was like, wow. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, I just find it fascinating to read about, people from different eras and what they did. And I was like, I got me one.
Yes, sir.
If you can find a kid who likes and loves history, it's easier to bring the word of God to them.
Yes.
Because when you're using scriptures to support and to explain what's happening in life, that kid like that can appreciate it.
Yes.
You see? Because like they say, you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you come from.
Oh yeah.
And that is what is killing black folks. Right?
Yeah, and they're destined to repeat it.
That is, man.
I believe, I see, because I said it, I might have said it yesterday, I said it to somebody. I said, as we're training and teaching our youth, the parents got to be tied in there. They got to be tied in there, because they're going to ruin it for the kid.
That's right.
The parent got at some point. Listen, I'll tell you. Here we go. I got it now. I got two gentlemen, two young dudes. Remember the two young dudes? I told you. I said they were going. I asked them what they going to do to make money. They said, "Well, we ready to sling dope and rob people." Right.
Right.
So now that I got them to the point where they ain't even thinking about that, and they're doing excellent in school now, right? And the teacher called me yesterday and said he looked so much better. He acted so much, stronger, and that's from mentoring, right? Now check this out. The support system that he has, that the display that he has is sitting still out here on my counter. It's been about good 3-4 weeks. Nobody in his family, nobody around him had took the time to come down here and bring that boy down here to get his merchandise. Now I told him I could have brought it to you. I could have brought it up there all the way to Gwinnett County, no problem. But I said I was waiting to see who in your family, your friends, around people around you that was going to do something for you. This is the thing. The support systems are just jacked to the rack. I'm telling you, man. We got to change it. We got to be able to let these children express themselves in a way that is unheard of. I mean, who would love to talk to their parents with a decent conversation and get some decent response back? Who would want to do that? And, go ahead.
How about this here? Because I know you talk about mentoring, the kids, right? Mm-hmm. And you say, we got to be mentors, got to do this and that for the youth. But then you back it up and you say, but we have to have the parents involved.
Yes.
So guess what, brother Matt? What I've discovered in my interviewing people, the parents need mentors as well.
Absolutely. That's why I said you don't bring them in.
They need more mentors than the kids.
Yes, indeed.
How about that, bro?
Yes, indeed. Now, how do we go about getting that to happen, though?
Love, man.
Love and dialogue. We've got to keep. We've got to do it.
Dialogue, execution.
That's it. You got to do it.
And see, this is my thing, and this is what I tell any parent, right? Who I offer what it is, offer the opportunity to mentor their kid. I say, look, and I tell that kid, I tell that parent, I say, if you want it, I say, there is no world that I won't travel, there is no distance that I won't go to help you.
Come on now.
But you got to show me that you want it, though.
That's it.
Now, if you do that, you got me. I said, you couldn't ask for a better person to be on your team.
Yes.
I'm with you. I said, but the minute I get to see you sidestepping with that foolishness and dancing to a different tune, I say, hey, I'm going to back up off you, man.
I know it. I know it. And you hit it on the nose, man, with the parents being mentored, because I have spoken to grown folk. And I said, who's your mentor? And they said, well, I listen to this, CD or whatever, right? CDs or DVD. And or I listen to T.D. Jakes on TV. No, I said, but who's talking to you? See, that stuff is talking at you. I said, that you can't, there's no dialogue back and forth if you just listen to a CD or looking at a DVD or looking at the passes on TV. If you don't seriously, see, that's why I say, see, I speak to you. So I know the mentoring that I'm getting, I'm getting it. I'm getting it firsthand. And you'll tell me when I'm wrong and tell me when I'm right. You see? That is a mentor. Somebody that's going to you can talk to. Can I get a witness?
Absolutely.
So can you imagine somebody having a mentor that listens to T.D. Jakes all day?
I know it.
That's
and
crazy.
let me say something. The T.D. Jakes tapes are cool, but guess what? You have to have, like you said, dialogue. Because see, what a mentor would serve to you as is just like any other good person. They operate in the capacity of being a mirror for you.
Come on now.
Because see, sometimes you can't see yourself. And when you got real friends in your life, when you have real mentors,
They're going to tell you about yourself. They're going to talk about you, boy. They're going to tell you about yourself.
They're going to tell you about yourself. But in a loving, constructive way.
Absolutely.
They'll tell you about yourself to help you get to what you say your stated goals are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Man, hey, talking about the parent. Man, that parent got on the phone last night and started questioning me, who are you, what you do, and blah, blah, blah. I want to hang up on her. Hold on, beloved. Hold on, beloved. Here come a man. Call you on the air.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I knew you were going to call in. Hold on. Hey, Keith, we got Julian, brother Julian on the other line.
Okay,
Patrick.
What's up, brother Julian?
What's up, brother Keith? You all right, man? I'm just listening to y'all tell the truth down there, man. And, I just want to chime in because it's amazing that you said you can listen to all the motivation or the mentoring that you can listen to, but if you're not giving feedback and getting feedback, then the mentorship is not effective.
Absolutely.
And so that's amazing because I sit and talk with my son and thinking about what the topic is, women are the key to our future.
Mm-hmm.
I think about how me and my son's relationship is because he gets mad at me when I tell him stuff. When I'm telling him things that he should do and how he could do it better, and he know I'm telling the truth. Probably he just gets mad because he don't want to change the way that he's going.
Absolutely.
But, so it takes a strong mentor to continue to drive it into them, even when they know that there's resistance.
Well, look what happened to you. Look at what happened to Keith. Look what happened to me. I wouldn't even be going to church today if it wasn't for my father making me, pushing me. I didn't like it, But I realize now how good that was, for me.
And that's good that we have to learn from our women because you know what? They are so strong in that sense. They will put it down on us, man.
Yes.
They will put it down on us and don't care what we think.
That's
and
true.
And then they'll come back and love on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We as men have to learn from them because what we have to understand is that even though we are the authority and the leader of the household, and it's our responsibility to teach and guide our family, we also have to be able to love on our family members, our youth, our kids, even when we are telling them what they should and should not do.
But see, you know, I remember we had some conversations, you and I, even on the air, and you would say things like, my wife would get in the middle of you in the son's conversation, or say, leave him alone, and you know, stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
But what do you that formula is disastrous. I believe that when I said women are our future, what we as men and even as a community, we have to enlighten our women that you're hurting.
Yeah.
You're hurting us, especially boys. When you complete our sentences, you don't let us finish things, you let us go ahead and go through things, that's hurting us. In order for women to really understand, I believe, to help our nation is to give our children more dialogue. Let kids, ask them questions. Let them finish. Don't be so hard to snatch whatever they're saying from them so fast. Let them complete their thought processes. Yay?
That's why I like Brother Keith where he talked about the young, the leading the family. You know, a lot of times there's ignorance in the household. The wife, the girlfriend, or you know, the whole structure of the family has to be regrouped. It got to be changed because the old formula is not the proper formula. Because we are allowing guidance from the mother, no disrespect.
No disrespect.
But we're allowing guidance from the mother instead of guidance from the father. We have to step up and be the kings of the household.
Yeah.
We have to take dominion over our household, you know.
And you know, I'm glad you say that because my wife, if you want to chime in, because I think it was last week, I just got fed up. I said, but yay, he's doing this, but he needs to be doing this. I said, when he asks you for things or looking for advice, you need to say, go talk to your father. That's what I'm talking about, the women of the future. There's that when you got to say, get this boy away from you and say, there's things that you deal with, but then there's things you don't deal with. You want to go outside, go ask your father. You want this, go ask your father. You know, start dialoguing with your father. That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff we're talking about, the women are our future. When they start really putting that into our boys, into our kids, even the girl, go talk to your father. You go communicate with your father. Come on.
Right. And that teaches them that guidance, that teaches them that respect level for that authority. And then he can't get over on her. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Because they will choose one against the other.
Do it every time. And they do it from the middle.
Yeah.
You know, my mother said, they play both of us from the middle. You sitting there on the fence, just one mother, the father over here, the mother's over here. You playing games, then see what the mother's gonna do, play games, see what the father gonna do. You ever done that before, son? Yes. She said yes, she done that before too. Keith, help us, man.
Hey man, it's funny. So how about this here, right? So let's back up what the brother was saying about, you know, conversating, you know, with the son, and then like you said, the mother wanting to come in and assist. See? So the first thing is, right, the father and the mother have to come to an agreement, right, about their positions. See, if the mother or whoever is interjecting, right, without allowing that parent to complete their part, see, now, see, that right, that becomes about something else. Like, okay, so who's really the boss?
I'm trying to tell you, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So first of all, that right there needs to be eliminated, right, and not practiced in front of the children, because see, It is that non-unification being expressed between mother and father in front of the kid that teaches the children that, hey, I can play one against the other because
Absolutely.
they at war.
Absolutely. I've gotten to sometimes, it's been in my life where I just didn't say no. I just said, go ahead, you know? And that ain't good enough. No, not no more in my house. I said, no, you cannot let him play us both from the middle. Can't happen. I'm not going to let it happen no more.
Sir, this is Les. I just want to say thank you to Keith and thank you for the understanding that y'all have put out here and given me, because like Sir said this morning, Brother Keith, you are a mentor to me too, because you teach me things that I didn't realize. You know what I mean? I love this iron, sharpening iron. You know what I mean? I got somebody came in my office, but I got to get off the phone.
All right, big brother.
I'm still listening. Keep talking.
All right, big brother.
All right.
God bless you. Go ahead, Brother Keith.
So first of all, the mother and the father have to say, hey, look, let us talk first, and let us come to an agreement, and let's just say, okay, so what is your position? See? And what is my position? Because it's going to take teamwork to raise these kids.
It's going to take teamwork to make the dream work.
It takes teamwork to make the dream work. So first of all, you and I got to agree that we on the same page.
And you think that's going to be done in one day? In one conversation? In one conversation, can it get done?
Absolutely not. It has to be a progressive, you know what I'm saying, continuation of agreeing and acting out and displaying what it is that you're agreeing on. I mean, it happens progressively. It's not instantaneous if you don't already have it.
Right.
You see? If you don't already have it. You know, you have to grow into it. And you have to temperament yourself. You have to say, okay, well hold up a minute. Well, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So you're saying it could be a little battle at first?
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be, because let me tell you something. When you get Italian dressing out of your refrigerator, right? What's the first thing you do to it?
Shake it up.
You shake it up, baby. You shake it up for what purpose?
To get the oil to blend in together with the herbs.
There you go. So to get everything to blend together to ultimately achieve what you want.
Jesus.
So therefore, in relationships, we have to understand that there must be a blending of our minds,
wow,
blending of our spirits, to ultimately harmonize. And then we can love and create this magical symphony, man, that you hear. Because let me tell you something. Before, when you go to a live music concert, the first thing you see the musicians doing on stage is tuning their instruments.
Yes.
And then everybody harmonies, they tune their instrument, and then they start to play together, man.
Yeah, they do the mic checks. They check. Just make sure you hear me. Check.
That's right. Check. You know. So in a family unit, we and the man and the woman, right? They have to first tune their instruments, right? And say, okay, so what are we tuning our lives to? What are you and I individually tuned to first?
Yes.
And the thing is, it comes down to one or the other. It's either negative or positive. Mm-hmm. Are you positive or are you negative?
Yes.
We're talking about spirits, we're talking about people. You know, the word says you know the spirit by the spirit. And how is it that we know the spirit? By what it does.
That's right.
So all we got to do is look at the fruit, and we can tell you what kind of roots we have.
Wow.
Because see, bad roots don't produce good fruit. It don't happen.
Wow.
It just don't happen.
Wow. I want to open up the line. Still. 404-286-6700. 404-286-6700. If any of these women want to chime in, because we're not blasting, because it does take a family unit, even if it's a single parent household, there's still people in your life that can help you get your brain organized, tuned in, like you said, tuned up, where you can make better decisions when it comes to your children. Go ahead, Keith.
So in honor to our women, right? And I want to do this there. And a few minutes ago, it was coming in my mind because I don't want the sisters to think that the conversation is not really about women, but we had a couple prerequisites that we had to indulge in first before we could move to where I want to go at now. Where I'm at right now in my life, right? Every year, right, I grow and I become more and more conscious of the significance that the role women play in society. You see, I ain't always been that way. I'm going to tell you that now. You know, because I was raised by a man. You see? I played sports. So we tend to develop, let's say, a male chauvinistic approach to life.
Yes.
Because I've only seen, or I had only seen, the life through the eyes of a man. And then the whole media thing plays a role in that too, because the society has placed women in an illusionary way below men. But any man knows that that's just simply not the truth.
Right.
Because, see, when a man is not at peace with his woman, his life is a living hell.
I know that's right.
So how can her existence be insignificant? You know, that's not true, bro. Just like I was listening to a brother today, he said, every life, he said every human being has to come through a woman.
Yes, Lord.
So how can you take something that has brought you forward in every other human being that you see? How can she possibly be insignificant? Let me tell you something. When I'm mentoring a sister, bro, you know what I tell her? I say, you have kids? She said, yes. I said, how many you got? 2, 3, 4, 5? I said, let me tell you something. You should never be afraid of anything.
Wow.
I said, because if you can carry something inside you for 9 months and then go lay it out on the table and almost die to bring it forth, you shouldn't be afraid of nothing and nobody. What?
Oh, my God.
But it took me time to really appreciate who women are, man, and what they represent.
Yes. Yeah, that's why the show. Go ahead.
At the women. They have to know who they really are.
That's why this show is about that. You know, just to make sure our future is dependent on really how women really play their role. And period. I mean, because they are a lot of more power than, you know, people like to, you know, men like to think, you know? Like you said it, it's clear as a bell. You said any man, if a woman ain't happy in her own skin and you with her, your life gonna be a living hell. You ain't never gonna be able to think straight. I can only imagine my wife not being unhappy. And I can already I imagined it. What it would be like if my wife was unhappy? It would be crazy in there, right? This is why I feel that we got to do more, the women got to do more about getting those children out of her face and say, go communicate, you know, let the father and mother come together, like you said, and then communicate in a way where he said, little Johnny or little Mary or whatever is going to come and he's going to speak to you more, get more in tune with you as a father. And women can make that happen. That's why I keep saying women are our future. If they work on letting that happen and get a man mentor, watch how much more harmony our society will be once we click into that.
Man, look at, I was talking to my brother in Slidell yesterday, right?
Yes.
So, and
the one with the 5 kids. The one with the 5 kids?
Yeah, the one with 5 kids.
Okay, go ahead.
I was asking about one of my nephews, right, who getting ready to go to another school. You know, it's a parochial school. So I was asking about him, right, and then some kind of way I brought up one of my childhood friends, right, and I mentioned her son, right, and her son, right, and so my brother was like, oh man, he out here bad, man. You know, he's talking about he's smoking weed and that he just out here bad. So for an adult to be aware of what a child who is not his, who he never sees, if he knows what this kid is doing and if it's negative, right, it's a problem. Because see, that means that the wrong business about what you're doing is in the streets. You see?
Yes.
So I called this friend of mine up, right? And I said, hey, I said, where's Manny at? She said, it's funny you called because I'm waiting on him to get out of school right now. I said, look at here. When you get him, I said, y'all get over here to my office ASAP.
Wow.
She said, what's going on, brother? I said, I was just talking to somebody, and I said, man, his name came up, and I said, I didn't like what I was hearing. So I said, get him over here ASAP. She was like, hey, brother, as soon as he get out of here, we on our way.
Wow.
Now, this was stuff I've been knowing since I was 13, right?
Yes.
So they come. They show up, and she also has one of his little friends with her, you know? And I said, excellent. So I said, I got two, right? So when she came in, because she already know how we roll, she took a seat somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, in the building, and she just let me at him. And I just broke it down to him, you know? And at first, because I have to have a conversation with myself. I have to counsel myself first to say, hey, now these are young men, right?
Yes.
You know how it is to be a young man. So you make sure that you speak and you stay in a position of love, and you allow God to let the message come through.
Yes, Lord.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
I could have had him in there jacking them up and dragging them across the floor, but that's not love.
No.
You know? That's
And that's, you know, and that's what they expect from our men today.
Absolutely.
See, a father, you know, you got to go that heavy. That's why, you know, got to a point, I stopped spanking my son. That was it. I said, now we're going to communicate.
That's right.
I said, now that's just all over with. Now we're going to see what love's going to do.
Absolutely. And you know what? You know what I told a young brother?
What's that?
I said, listen, first of all, let me let you know one thing. I said, I have been where you guys are right now.
Lord.
See, that's the first thing. See, I don't play that big me, little you game with them. I don't do that. And see, as mentors, as parents, as elders, we have to basically open our lives up to these children to let them know that, hey, life is a journey, man. And let me tell you about my journey, how I came from darkness into the light.
Yes.
You know, don't come to these kids acting like you got it all together and you always had it together. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, first of all, they know you didn't. And they know you're rotten anyway. They know you had a rotten, you know, you couldn't have lived a whole life of just of splendor. Come on.
Absolutely, because you know what, your brothers and sisters or your aunties or whatever, they telling your business. Look, the whole time you out here thinking and funny like, oh, your daddy ain't always been like that. Boy. Don't let him fool you. See?
And you know, my son done heard plenty of stories about me. So I can't even fake it till I make it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So it's important to let the kids know that adults ain't always been adults, and that as adults we understand that we know what it feels like to be 13, thinking about money and sex.
Yep.
You know that. We've been there, but what we're saying is, hey, allow us to help you develop the blueprint for your life.
Yes.
Hey, man, before you build anything, you got to know what you're building.
That's it.
So going back to the mother and father, they have to come to an agreement to say, here's a child. And our role and our job is to help build this child. So let's find out who this child is. Who is it that we want this child, what this child wants to become, and help this child develop themselves into whatever it is that they're going to be. And see, too many people trying to raise children without a blueprint. And that's the problem, brother, man.
Yeah, you got it right there. You hitting it.
Don't have a blueprint for the children.
You hitting it now.
Everybody in the house just doing whatever they plumbing work, don't need plumbing work, laying concrete, that should be sheetrock. So that's where the arguments come from, man.
Hey, you hit it on the nose. I like that. I want to pose a question to my listening audience right now. Wouldn't you like to be in more harmony and your children can see that you are working in harmony for the betterment of their life? Would you like that? Then that is the objective for us to really take that corner. We got to understand that women are really the key to this really happening. How can we take the emotion out of it, bring the love into it, God into it, what is love? God is love. Bring him into it, and the child can now see that we have it together now, or we're getting it together on their behalf. Would you like that?
Absolutely.
Did I do all right with that?
Absolutely.
That's where we can get. Who would love to have that? Me. I would love to see especially my son, 14 years old, take a different turn. All of a sudden, you'll see the light goes off in his head. He said, this is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way I want it to be. And this is the way it is.
Yeah.
I would love that for my son, to know that we are actually working on his behalf.
That's right. That's right.
And he can see it play. He can see the plan. Go ahead.
I was saying sometimes both parents have to agree to say, hey, you know what? Let's take little Johnny or little Sally over to talk to Mr. and Mrs. such and such.
There we
and
go.
So let them explain to him or her how this right here really should be going.
Wow.
See? Now, let me tell you something. You really loving your children when you're able to take your child to an elder now.
Lord
when
have
you're
mercy.
able to take your child to the master of whatever this particular attribute it is that they need to learn. See, now you're really loving the child now.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? All this, oh, he mine and she mine, and that's my baby. Yeah, you say what you want. That's everybody, baby. Because see, when that child leave out your house, it belongs to the world, man.
Absolutely. And because it's already, you said, it happens every day. Every time they step out that door, they got somebody teaching them something, huh?
What? Look, Mac, they on their way to go meet somebody who's already got the lesson for them. Say, look here, buddy, when you get over here, this is what I'm going to show you.
Oh, my God. Hey, you know what? I got something for you. My 14-year-old, guess who he going to be talking to before the week's out?
What up, bro?
He going to talk to you.
Hmm.
He going to be talking to Uncle Keith.
Bring him on.
Oh, it's time. And I said the same thing to Clifford's son. I said, you wait till Uncle Keith get to you. I put it on him. Oh, so he knows you're lurking in high places.
Absolutely, bro.
Absolutely. And that's what we need. You hit it on the nose. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith hit it straight on the nose. Said we need to use the elders in our community, the ones that got their heads screwed on halfway tight, is begin to offer your children to somebody of a higher authority or another authority, and get them understand that you're not the beginning and the end. That there's some things in the middle, and that's loving, upstanding citizens that's elders in the community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, our children need to see their parents paying homage and paying respects to the elders, man.
We got away from that.
We got away from that, and that's just killing us. It's destroying us every day because you know as a parent, you're still developing, you are still going through, so you can't teach a lesson that you're still in the process of learning.
Wow.
How you gonna do it? How you gonna teach something that you don't know? How you gonna teach something that you want taught? See? How you gonna teach it?
Yeah.
You don't. And that's what's going on with our children.
And especially love.
Quickly come to the realization, man, my mom and dad, they ain't teach me nothing. Man, all they said was clean up and go to school, get their grades.
Just gave you orders. Just giving orders.
Just giving orders, man. They never asked me what I wanted to do.
Yes. That's one of the hot spots. What do you want to do? Watch it. What do you want, Makia? What do you really want out of life? You get. See, she wants you a degree and be a teacher. What else do you want? See, that's the point. You have nobody's really asking you really, what do you really want? Because there's more to life than just being a teacher and educated. There's other attributes about your life. Do you want to lead? Do you want to be able to lead? Do you want to be a follower all your life? What do you really want? And that's the thing. As you get older, 21, 22, 23, if you don't really know what you really, really want, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And if you don't have nobody in your life asking you, and I'm always saying to you, honey, you got to start your own business. You got to start your own business. When you going to start your own business? I said, this week you're going to start your business. Finally, you said, yes, this week I'm going to start my business. Because you got to get more. You have to have, Makia got to have more for Makia. It's just happened to one of the elders in your life. What if we never met? Would you be somebody pushing you to do business? No. You gotta have more money. You gotta know what it's like to earn your extra money coming from you. You can't just work for money all the time. You gotta have something that is Makia's and said, I got this nice job, but I also got something right here that's mine. You feel me? Am I doing right? I'm doing all right, Keith?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
We're not asking our children what they really want and what they want to become. And it can't be a one-liner. It can't be, I just want to be a teacher. Okay. What else do you want to be? Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because who am I? Man, I'm a lot of things. I'm a father, I'm an educator, I'm a lot of different things. That's why people say, you do everything. I'm a TV host, radio, I do a lot of different things. Because if I was just one thing, got in on one thing, where would I be today, Keith, if you were just one aspect? You do taxes, you sell clothes, you can sell fragrances, you communicate with people, you're a teacher, you're a preacher, right? What if you was just a tax person? You'll be bored as all get up and go.
Hey, you know, first thing I tell people that I am now, if I've never been, I'm a man of God.
There you go.
See, that's the first thing. All those other things are just what I do.
Come on, preacher.
That's not who I am.
Amen. Amen. Hey, brother, I love you, man. I didn't realize we were close. We were just talking. I got a minute. I got to wrap it up. Say something real quick, Keith, get us out of here.
Hey, man, keep God first.
Thank you.
Keep God first, and then everything else will follow. The word says, write the vision and make it plain.
That's it. Thank you, Brother Keith. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bless you. Thank you all. Tune in tomorrow now. And don't forget to follow, to share, and make a comment. If this was a great one, let me know all about it, okay? God bless you. Have a great day. Your blessings is right in front of you now. Let's get it.
I wanna see you through. Hold your hand.